March 21st, the first day of spring in Winnipeg, and we're standing outside the Law Courts building, and we thought that how times have changed in 31 years, because those are the steps they led me up to the courthouse for my hearings and of course eventually the trial itself. And that's just across from the legislative buildings in Manitoba. And of course at that time, if you can appreciate, there was all kinds of people that were in attendance, and so that staircase that we took the picture of in the background was very, very crowded, what have you, and the excitement of my arrest and of course eventual trial. This is the Law Courts building, the front, one of the entrances to the courtrooms. And it's right on Broadway, and of course my memories of this would be as a member of the Legislative Assembly, that I would go from being in public service, having free access to this building, to being let in as a prisoner. So it's like going back to work 31 years later. I was a member of the Legislative Assembly from 1975 to 1981. And of course, what would a tour of the legislative buildings be without the Bison? Yes, everybody was sure proud of young Bobby Wilson.
Where did you have a designated seat, or did it change?
Yes, I was in the second row. There's the
Could you point?
Yeah, the cabinet ministers sit in the first row, and the backbenchers sit in the second row. And I sat over there. That's right at the corner seat right there. Usually in alphabetical order. Of course, my name being Wilson, I would be right in the middle. Yes, it's down memory lane, that's for sure. And this is a list of all the members of the Legislative Assembly. And of course, down here where it says Wolseley, that used to have the name Bob Wilson there. From the side where those people are, you can look in. Well, they're looking. But here's a caucus room. This is where I spent my time. This is room 234 here, you see. But it's a new Democratic Party now. This is, I guess by the library there, but this is room 234. This is where I spent over 5 years as the member for Wolseley. And of course, this is now the room for the government of the day, and it's a new Democratic Party. But what can I tell you? We're all up there on the wall, and this is where we did our workplace. As part of our tour, we are in the J.S. Woodsworth building, and he's a pioneer member of the New Democratic Party here in Manitoba. Where he lived is in my old riding of Wolseley on Maryland Street. James Shaver Woodsworth is he's a reformer MP for Winnipeg North Centre, and he was chairman of the Cooperative Commonwealth Federation, which at that time would be the CCF. His time in politics, of course, ended in 1942. Part of our tour is to come up to see where the prosecution are in the Woodsworth building. And this is sort of a tour of the halls of justice in Manitoba. We've had a number, 4 or 5, very substantial inquiries on wrongful convictions. And of course, or holding of the broken justice system in Manitoba. This is the book on the Tanman inquiry, which is the latest one. And it'll be important from us to bring them up. And then, of course, this one here is the famous Driscoll inquiry, in which Patrick Lesage report really deals into the dealing with informants and, of course, the entire aspect of wrongful convictions. And these are printed and given out to people that study this academically or otherwise.